if we make a rain cloud activity together. This is going to be so cool. Okay, so this is what you need. This is what you need. Okay, okay. You need a paper plate. You need some markers, and then you need a piece of paper, and then I've got the yarn, and then I've got a pair of scissors and some glue. Oh, and cotton ball. What we're going to do, we're going to cut this plate in the form of a cloud, and you get to guess what kind of cloud it is. Okay, so here we go. I just put little circles in it like that. And we're going to hang it up this way, like this, okay? Okay, so that's one part. And then I'm going to take my gray marker here, and I'm going to draw some raindrops. Okay, and there's my raindrops, all right? And now I'm going to cut them out. And so we're going to put this at the top. Okay, so I'm going to connect it like that on the back, and I'm going to tape it down. I'm going to tape it down right in the middle. Okay, and that's going to hold it up right there. And then I'm going to put 4 strings coming down. There you go. And you can see now I have that with 4 strings hanging down. So now I'm going to turn it back over, and I'm going to lay this down here like this. And then we'll put that little string on top of it. So if you look right here, you can see I'm laying the raindrop down. I'm putting the string on top of it, and then a little piece of tape to hold it in place. And then I'll do the same for this one. So here we go. I've got it all done. There's my rain cloud, except I didn't put the cotton balls on for the cloud part. So we got to do that. Okay? So I'm going to take some from Jeremy here, and then we're going to put them right on here. And that's why I made these circles. That's why I made these circles like that, so that we can put the cotton balls on. Okay, so now there's my rain cloud. How cool is that? So I've got my cloud here. I'm going to put it right here next to this cloud. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so I got something else to show you. This is going to be so great. It was so funny. Remember when I was making it, my hand kept, my sleeve kept hitting the cloud and moving the cloud? Well, that made me think of a question. Why in the world do clouds move? Have you ever noticed that clouds sometimes drift across the sky really slowly, and sometimes they go really, really fast? Well, both of those are because the wind is blowing them around. Oh yeah. The wind pushes the clouds to the sky, sometimes making them move slowly and sometimes making them race across the sky. Just like a boat floats on the water, clouds float on the wind. And sometimes the wind is so strong it can blow the clouds into different shapes and make them move around. And other times it's so soft that the clouds barely move at all. Watching clouds can be fun, and it's a fun way to see how fast the wind is blowing, and even if you can't feel it, you can see that it's blowing, and as the clouds move and make new shapes, then you can pretend like what the shapes are. Hey, how about if we have a cloud race right here? This is really cool. So I've got a little fan here, and I've got my clipboard. I'm gonna put it here. And Jeremy, can I borrow some more? Yeah, Jeremy doesn't mind if I borrow these cotton balls. So I'm gonna put them right here. And look, if these are all little clouds here, watch what happens when I turn the fan on. Just like that. See, you can see they start to move, and they move a lot, and then as the wind gets harder, see they just blow away, and if I put it back here, it's gonna still blow away, and that one's not going. And the reason they do that is because the wind current blows them like that. How cool is that? Now, not all clouds are happy and fluffy like this. Some clouds are dark and heavy. Those are called rain clouds. And these clouds, also known as nimbus, there's that word, nimbus clouds are full of water. When they get too heavy, the water falls down like rain. And sometimes these clouds bring thunder and lightning too. That can be a little bit scary, but it's also pretty cool to learn about, yeah. When you see dark clouds in the sky, it's a good idea to get ready for rain. The darker the cloud, the more rain it can bring. And sometimes these clouds even bring a thunderstorm. Hey, how about if we make our very own rain cloud in a jar? You can do this at home. I got my friend, Professor Jen, who's gonna show you how to do it right here in the lab.
All right, mad scientists. So here's what we're going to need. We're going to need a jar or a glass. We're gonna need some blue food coloring. We're going to need some water and some shaving cream. So first we're going to start by pouring water into our glass all the way up to the top. Now I'm going to take my shaving cream and I'm going to spray enough to cover the top. So now we have our cloud. Now here comes the fun part. You're going to take your blue food coloring and to gently drop it. Check that out. As the cloud starts to absorb more and more blue food coloring, the cloud will begin to get heavy. The more food coloring, the more will fall down into the cloud. Check that out. It's just like a rainstorm. When lots of water droplets build up inside of our cloud, the cloud gets too heavy to hold it all. It will begin to drop as rain. Check that out. That's a really cool way to demonstrate the way that clouds and rain go hand in hand.
That was so cool, how she made that cloud right there in the jar and it actually worked. We have had so much fun today exploring the world of clouds. From learning how clouds are made to discovering the different types of clouds and what they can tell us about the weather, we've covered a lot of sky. Now, next time you look up, you can amaze your friends and family by pointing out the different types of clouds and predicting whether it's going to be sunny or rainy, just like a real weatherman. Remember, clouds are like nature's weather forecast, and now you know how to read them. Keep looking at the sky, and who knows, you may discover something new about clouds that you can share with everyone. If you had fun today, say, I had fun. And if you learned something, put your finger against your head like this and say, I learned something. So glad you did. Can't wait to see you next time, right here in the Mad Science.